Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. As of when I'm filming this video, we are coming up very quickly upon the end of summer, or the transition point where it starts heading into fall. So that means pretty soon it's gonna start getting a little bit chillier in the evenings, a little bit less toasty in the middle of the day. And with that in mind, I wanted to go ahead and share what would be my 10 choices if I could only keep 10 fresh fragrances and had to trash the rest, which I would need like an industrial sized dumpster for that, but still. So fragrances that are more typically thought of as summertime scents. Fresh, clean, maybe a little bit sweet, that type. And a little caveat, depending on when you catch me, the list could be a little bit different. There could be a fragrance that I'm a little bit more iffy on, and if you made a good argument for another one, I'd be like, yeah, you're right, let's switch that out. But as of today, this is the list. I tried not to overthink it. Basically, I just walked in and was like, okay, let's go ahead and do this. And you know, as it came to me, I was like, yep, that one, and did it that way. Start overthinking things, you cause problems. So these are my choices. I think that all 10 of these are fantastic for when it's warm outside. Big compliment pullers, very versatile, easy to wear, and they smell great. All of these are gonna be linked in the description. Check them out there. We're gonna start with the really obvious one for me anyway, Acqua di Gio Profondo. This is the Eau de Parfum. For me, it would easily always be the Eau de Parfum over the Parfum. I just feel like, as far as my own personal taste, that Acqua di Gio Profondo EDP is better. And this is the 2024 iteration, but either iteration, the original or this one, I would roll with. The reason I picked this one is because going forward, this is gonna be the one, right? The other one, the original version, is gonna be harder to find. And I actually really love what they did with this. It's not a huge change from the original Acqua di Gio Profondo. This one is a little bit sweeter off the top, which actually for a lot of people is gonna make it more appealing when you first spray it on. It's a really nice, more masculine green and more minerally take on the Acqua di Gio DNA, the original Acqua di Gio de Toilette. Big compliment puller, super versatile. I think it smells fantastic, and it is my favorite Acqua di Gio. And I have to have an Acqua di Gio. Other ones that I would give a shout out are, of course, the other Acqua di Gio Profondo, the original, Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum, Acqua di Gio Parfum, all of those really good too. So there we go, starting it off strong, Acqua di Gio Profondo. And I really love the gradient look on this. I think it looks cool. Here, I'll show you. Look at that. Pretty sweet. If you don't like that, I don't like you. No, I'm just playing, but it does look cool. Before we hop to the next fragrance, guys, here are some codes and an update for Maxaroma. The Maxaroma codes have changed. They are now Gents 10 and Gents 20. Not Gents Sense, Gents. So Gents 10, Gents 20, that is no more. That is goodbye. That is into the nether, into the void. Gents 10 will get you 10% off any order over 70 bucks. Gents 20 will get you 20% off any order over 150. So be aware of that change. And then also the JOMASHOP code's only good in the app. That's through mid-September. And then the Oud store is a new code as well. And all the other codes that you see here, you can use across a bunch of websites to save yourself some money. Okay, next up, let's do this. Italian Love, Light Blue Italian Love by Dolce & Gabbana. Now, another caveat here. This one is getting difficult to find. As of when I'm shooting this video, I don't know if by the time it goes live, if it's still there, but as of when I'm shooting this video, you can still find it at FragranceNet for like 70 bucks, so not a huge discount, but they got it at least. Like I said, it's getting more difficult to find, and that's a bummer because this stuff is great. One of my favorite citrus openings in a designer scent. Oof, yeah, it's awesome, but it's not gonna be for everybody, all right? Not everybody. I know some of you guys out there are gonna smell this and be like, no thank you, dude, no thank you. And I get it, because the citrus opening here is different than most citrus openings. I've said that like 15 times, citrus openings in designer fragrances. It's really rindy, you know, it's a little bit sour and tart, but it's also sweet. It's sweet and sour, and it's very fresh. And so to me, it comes across more natural smelling, and that's what gets me. I smell that, and it's just like, I picture actual real citrus. The smell of actual citrus. In the opening, it's grapefruit and bergamot. You're gonna get more of the grapefruit, so that's where most of that rindiness is gonna come from. It's also airy, it's bright, it's fresh. It has some woody notes as it dries down, and has good performance, nice projection, nice longevity. Put all of that together with a little green aspect around the edges, and to me, it is a big winner. And also, my wife loves it. So, I mean, what more could you want? Now, I will say, and I've said this before, but it does seem a little iffy right now with the light blue line. Dolce & Gabbana maybe not sure exactly what they want to do with it because we're heading out of summer. So I don't know that it makes sense at this point to release a light blue release, and they haven't done one this year. Typically you would see one every year, a new summer release every year, but not so far. So it makes me question, like, what's going on with this line? Is it going to get completely overhauled? I wouldn't think that they're going to just kill off the summer releases for it each year, and the original light blue still sells, so I guess we'll see. After that, YSL Y Eau de Toilette. I actually really enjoy this, and I think it's overlooked, just as far as being a versatile, compliment-pulling, easy-wearing fragrance. It smells great in spring and summer. It's fresh, it's sweet, it's a little bit classy, really easy to wear to the office. And I think, like I said, it gets overlooked. You know, when it comes to the Y line, people are about Y Eau de Parfum, or about Y Le Parfum, and to be fair, both of those are really good, but the EDT gets overlooked. And this is one that they redid, reworked, re-released, because they came out with the original Y Eau de Toilette, but then they also did a new Y Eau de Toilette, which is what this one is. And I think they improved it. I think it's a little bit better. The original was in 2017, this one 2022. And like I said, this is just one of those things that you can wear literally anywhere. Big compliment puller, nice performance. The opening is just fantastic. Bergamot, ginger, kind of an ozonic, airy vibe when you first spray it on. Clean lavender, sage, a little vanilla, some ambroxan as it dries. It's a top-notch blue fragrance, in my opinion, that for the price is a good bang for your buck. Because it's $125 full retail for a 100 ml size bottle. Compare that to a lot of the higher end designer brands releases nowadays, and you'll see that's actually a pretty good deal. Obviously, even less at discounters. Talking about good deals, I got a few in here that go for pretty cheap. This one we'll talk about next, Legend Blue Montblanc. This is one of those ones where I know some people will be like, ah man, you know, all the choices and you're gonna pick that. And I get it, like if you're trying to get 10 fragrances that are all very unique, then you probably wouldn't pick this, because this is similar to Legend Eau de Toilette, which is similar to Fierce, which is similar to, you know, Legend Eau de Parfum, similar to Percival. Out of all those things, it's closest to Parfums de Marly Percival. The reason I would go with this is kind of twofold. First off, nice price, not too expensive. At discounters, it's already, I think in like the $50 range, 55, something like that. That price is gonna keep dropping. And like I said just now, smells similar to Percival, way more expensive than this, obviously. And this is just one of those fragrances that you can spray on and go anytime, anywhere. Really clean, super clean, fresh, sweet. The lavender in here, really appealing. It doesn't go powdery, so it maintains that freshness for a long time and has a nice modern woodiness in there as it dries. And to me, it's kind of like taking Legend Eau de Toilette, freshening it up a little bit, giving it almost like an aquatic splash to an extent, sweetening it up a little bit, modernizing it. And that's kind of the thing. Legend has been a best-selling fragrance for years and years and years and years. The reason is because it's so easy to wear and it's a compliment puller. And I like Legend Blue a little bit more than I like Legend. So it's a great, cheap fragrance to have. And I just like wearing it. It's one of those ones that I have found myself this year grabbing, spraying, and going more oftentimes than not. Then we gotta go with my old nemesis, Eau Givree. This stuff is great. I love it. Not to rehash what I have rehashed before, but the reason this would be my nemesis is, of course, it crushed me for fragrance of the year. But technically Terra Nova, sorry buddy. I still love you. I still love you. But one of my fragrances, Terra Nova, was up for fragrance of the year. It did beat out, I think it was 95 other designer fragrances that were released the same year as that one to make it to the finals. But in the finals, Eau Givree won. And it totally deserves it. This stuff is awesome. Shameless self-promotion, Terra Nova and all my other fragrances, Jet Black Enigma, West Loop, Edgewater, South Slope, are available every Perfumania, every fragrance outlet store in the entire US. So if you're nearby one of those, stop in, spray it on a strip, spray it on yourself, give it a smell. If you like it, you can buy it. If you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. Nobody's gonna hold a gun to your head. Probably. You can also find those at Michael Molo's website, which is linked in the description, and there's a code for that one too, which is also in the description. But anyway, back to this Eau Givree. It's amazing. I absolutely adore this. The opening is great. The citron in there off the top. It's not as rindy as what's going on over here with Light Blue Forever, but it still has some of that natural-ish smelling citrus. Look, if you give me a decent natural citrus in the opening, you got me. I'm probably gonna like it. And I do like this one. And as it dries down, it's got that, to an extent, Terre woodiness. A little bit fresher, a little bit of that, earthiness stripped away, or actually most of that stripped away. But it is, at the end of the day, a very fresh, brisk summertime fragrance that's also classy, that you can wear about anywhere. I dig it. I dig it. So that 5 right there is just, oof. Yeah, like you could hit me with this and I'd be like, all right, I'll take it. Like if I can only have 5, I'm okay with that. But we got some more to go, like this one, Paradise Garden, Le Beau Paradise Garden from Jean Paul Gaultier. Now, I do want to say about this one, it's been a little hard to find. Actually, all the Le Beau fragrances have been hard to find off and on. This retails in the US for $137, which is really solid. I talked before about this at $125 being a solid deal, and it is, but $137, and this is 4.2 ounces, not 3.4. You get a little extra juice here. That's a great deal. The reason I bring that up is because this is a fragrance, like I just said, has been hard to find, and people have been trying to gouge on the prices a bit. And I'm not talking just on eBay. There are stores that have been trying to price gouge on this. Don't get taken advantage of. By the way, I do have a fragrance mailing list now. It's in the description. Feel free to join that. I'm not gonna spam you, hit you up with a million emails or anything like that. But from time to time, I'll let you know about sales that catch my eye or restocks that catch my eye. And if I catch this one early enough, restocked for a price that's decent, I'll let you know about it. But like I said, some places try to price gouge. I use this website a lot. I purchase fragrances from them a lot. But right now, as of this video, JOMASHOP has it where you can buy this fragrance on their website. JOMASHOP's a really good discounter. Actually, a lot of times they have the best price on fragrances, a lot of the time. But they're asking $190 for this. And that don't feel right. It'd be different if this was discontinued and you just couldn't find it anywhere. At that point, it's kind of like, well, is what it is. You can't find the stuff, right? I checked before this video. You can buy this right now from Jean Paul Gaultier's website for $137, the 4.2 ounce size bottle, full retail. They have been sold out for months, but they're back in stock, at least right this minute. And so it's one of those deals where I just want to emphasize that again. Don't get taken advantage of. Don't pay $53 extra to order it from a website where they will ship it in 3 weeks when you can buy it for that lower price direct from Jean Paul Gaultier right now. And they'll even throw in like a free sample. Now, when they sell out, or if they sell out again on JPG's website, it'll become a pain in the butt again, but you can still eventually find it for less. Just really driving that home. Okay, I don't like to see that. I think it's lame. I don't like it. Fragrance itself, very green, fresh, sweet, fig, coconut, green notes, aquatic notes. I think technically it's like green aquatics is how they marketed it. And as it dries down, tonka and sandalwood, absolutely killer. Smells amazing, big compliment puller. Very versatile, very unique smelling. Yes, you can tie it into smelling similar to the other Le Beau fragrances, but the Le Beau line, is there anything else out there, at least that's selling, that people are wearing with any kind of regularity that smells anything like those? No. So this, really, really, really good. And how about we get a little bit of Dior in here? Maybe a little Sauvage Eau Forte? No, but a little Dior Eau Sporte. That's awful. Dior Homme Sport. You didn't cringe, I did. So Dior Homme Sport is basically taking Dior Homme 2020, freshening it up a little bit, making it easier to wear day to day. And as I always say, don't label this in your head as just a sport fragrance, just a gym fragrance. No, this is an amazing day-to-day fragrance, an amazing work fragrance, formal fragrance, anything fragrance. Really appealing citrus off the top, quality is high. There's a really nice woody aspect that carries from the opening into the dry down. Extremely well done. Stuff slaps. It is great. Honestly, like looking at these fragrances, I would be over the moon if I got a random set of 10 fragrances and this is what I got. I'd be like, I'm set, dude. Well, I guess it'd be a random set of 7 at this point. Myself up next. Yes, Yves Saint Laurent Myself. Why? Because it is unstoppable. Maybe. It's like I'm joining the army of darkness here with this one, or the Deadites, whatever. Myself is one of those fragrances that it just works. It just works. It has a very clean clothing aspect to it with a wonderful sweetness. It's soft, but has nice performance. You know, it'll get you noticed. Big compliment puller. Been one of my go-tos, actually, ever since I started giving it a little more wear. It grew on me like a tumor, and now I can't get rid of it. That DNA is becoming more and more popular, that style of fragrance, and it makes sense why. Because if you wear this out and about, it just works. It boosts your confidence. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about, oh, you know, is it too strong? Are people not gonna like it? Who cares? When you wear that, you don't even have to think. It's for like me when I just want to turn my brain off. And this one too, Polo 67. Polo 67, real cheap from discounters, a little bit similar to Myself in style. It's very clean, but this one has more of an emphasis on fruity sweetness, especially off the top, real zingy off the top. And it is an amazing bang for your buck. This one I think is around 105 retail, unless I'm foobarring that, but I think it's around there, low 100s. And so even at full retail, you feel good with the purchase. You're like, cool, I didn't pay that much. I've got something I can wear all the time. It's another big compliment puller. And at discounters, even cheaper. So it's just a great release. It's kind of like Legend Blue in the way that I just end up wanting to wear it. Really, really like it. I hope they flesh this out, and I hope it's not one of those things where this is the high water mark and like any Polo 67 flanker that comes down the road is trash. I hope that doesn't happen because this is a really nice place to go. And last but not least, Missoni Wave. And this one I really struggled a little bit. Just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Missoni Wave, Versace Pour Homme. Missoni Wave, Versace Pour Homme. Missoni Wave, Versace Pour Homme. I didn't want to put both of them in here because they're pretty similar, but today Missoni Wave wins. And why? Maybe because I needed a magnetic cap in this video. None of these pathetic fragrances have a magnet in the cap. I had to have one. Missoni Wave, similar to Chanel Allure Homme Sport, similar to Versace Pour Homme, kind of in between the two. Extremely fresh, clean, sweet. Yeah, man, you can just wear this all day, every day. Super cheap too. It doesn't cost much from discounters, full retail, mad inexpensive, beautiful bottle. I love this fragrance. I think it's a great bang for your buck. And unfortunately, Missoni has also not blessed us with a new men's release in this line in years. So for now, I guess I'll just take that and be happy. And that will wrap this one up. If I were gonna keep 10 fresh ones as of right now, as of today, keeping these. And that is just a murderer's row in terms of versatility, compliment factor, and ease of use. This stuff is just... So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Let me know your choices, like what are you gonna rock with? And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. Stay safe out there.